Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be starting a wedding series as I am getting married in November. I'm going to be doing some videos about how to do different wedding DIYs and just overall my process of planning my wedding on somewhat of a budget. Our goal with our wedding is to try and keep things as cheap as possible when it comes to like things that we can make, like signs and wishing wells and stuff like that. So today I'm going to start off this series by showing you a few of the DIYs that I've already done. I'm going to be doing some videos actually making some DIYs. The ones that I've done so far I didn't film the process of, but I will be doing that with the next few things I'm going to be making. So today I'm going to just be giving some tips on how I've been planning my wedding on a bit of a budget. You know, just a lot of cost-effective things that I'm finding is helping me with planning. So I'm going to be talking about some things that have been helping me keep on track with my budget and also actually tracking what I'm spending and all the deposits that are being made and payments and so on. One thing that I bought not too long after I got engaged, me and my fiance got engaged January 2020, so we've been engaged for a while. So I've been planning the wedding since about July last year and really started making some final decisions on things like our venue and stuff like that. But one thing I got was a planner. This didn't cost me too much. I got it online. I can't remember the website I got it from. I'll try and put a link in the description if I can work out where I got it. But it just says like future Mrs. Madden because that's my partner's last name and our names, and just says wedding planner, and it has lots of different things. Like this is just like an overview of like your venue and where your reception and ceremony are held, who's in your bridal party, some things to do when you get engaged, just that type of stuff. So it has a whole section for your budget, if you can see that. I haven't updated it in a while because I've been a bit lazy with it, but so it has a section for the item, the budget, what you have spent on it and what's been paid on it. So that's really helpful when keeping track of like things that maybe only need a deposit and you're making payments on it. This is then a detailed budget about like the budget for my dress, shoes, you know, all of that type of stuff. And then this here is a payment checklist. So I'm able to put in how much of a deposit I've paid on things, the balance that is left to pay, and also the date that it's due. So most of my vendors require payment, I believe, either the month before or a week or two before the wedding. All vendors are different, so. But there's a few pages for that payment checklist, which is really good. And then it has a wedding checklist. So it has like 12 months to go, 9 months to go, 6 months to go, 5 months to go, 4 months to go, and then has a few others all the way up until the one day before. And each one, it just kind of gives you a bit of an outlook on, you know, what you should be doing so many months before the wedding, which has been really helpful. I've noticed a few things that like might be in like the 4 months to go I've already organized, but it's good to, you know, have that on hand just in case there's things that I'm forgetting. There's also like a big section for like just a to-do list, so that's been really helpful if I've had, you know, appointments. Like we went and had a look at our venue, wedding dress appointments that I've had. I've been able to keep track of all the dates. It also has a weekly to-do list, which is the same thing, just goes by week, and then monthly to-do list. And then another great thing is it has a whole section for your guest list. So I put my guest list written in here up to my family, my partner's family, and the friends that we've invited. Then it has like a detailed guest list where you're able to put, you know, addresses, phone numbers, emails, whatever. There's also a part that I haven't used yet, which is so you can plan your bridal shower, bachelorette party, and your honeymoon. My maid of honor is planning my bridal shower and that, so not really too much I can write in there yet, but yes, that has been a really big help. And you don't even have to get necessarily this one. There's so many wedding planning books that you can find on the internet. I found this one and it wasn't too expensive. Can't remember the exact cost, but I know that I was looking for one that wasn't too pricey, but it's been a really big help. Another big help has been having an iPad. I've been able to write down like a timeline spreadsheet just to kind of get an idea of the times that I need everything done on the day. I've drawn out table plans, which I'll go into more detail in another video about table plans, and also like the layout that I'm having and how to be cost effective when doing your centerpieces and everything. But another thing that I use a lot when it comes to things like just like getting inspiration for signs and all of that type of stuff has been Pinterest. I use Pinterest so much when I'm just like, if I'm just like sitting watching TV or whatever, I'll just hop on Pinterest and just get some ideas about, you know, different like decor things, like signage, wishing wells, all of that stuff. So it's great to have, but also I've found so many ideas and have been so inspired by so many things that I'm finding it hard to decide what I want to do, even just for small things like table numbers and stuff like that. I have made a whole Pinterest board about wedding stuff, even if it's just like small stuff like photo checklist, just to make sure that I'm getting all the photos on the day that I want. And yeah, just like there's so many things that I found on here, from the styling of the reception and how the tables will look, to cake inspiration, flowers, signs, send off ideas, just everything. So Pinterest has been something that's really helped me throughout the planning process. I'm going to get into the details about things that I have actually DIY'd. So far I've done just a few different things, and I've got some things planned that I'm going to be doing pretty soon. I just haven't got around to it yet. I'm going to be going through what I've made and also how much it cost me, because this is all very budget friendly and did not cost me very much. The most expensive thing I don't even think went over $40. So I'll show you the first thing, which is our guest book. So I just got a black album from Kmart. It cost me $8 and that was it. And then I just got a decal from Etsy, and it just has our names and also the date. I don't remember the exact cost, but I know it wasn't too much, and I'll put a link down below for the exact one that I got. But yeah, this was a very cost-effective way of making a guest book, because they can be pretty pricey buying stuff like that already made. And all the pages in this book are all black. Hopefully we're going to be having a Polaroid camera that people will be able to take some photos of themselves and stick them in, and then write a little note with like white pens and stuff. So that didn't cost me very much. The book itself was only $8, like I said, and I believe the decal was probably no more than like $12 on Etsy, which was great. The next thing that I did was I wanted to make coat hangers with everyone's names on it in the bridal party. So the coat hangers themselves I was able to get in a 6-pack for I believe $5 from Kmart. Again, Kmart is so good when it comes to stuff like this because it's so cheap and looks just as good. So I just got decals from Etsy again. I believe they were possibly from the same seller. So they just have like our names on it and then our titles. So obviously mine says shai-lee and then bride. And then I have one for my maid of honor and my bridesmaid, and then my fiance's got one with groom on it, then his best man and his groomsman. So they were very cost effective. I believe the decals were $2 something each, and that's with the name and the title. So again, very cheap. Did not cost me very much. Probably took me 30 minutes to actually put all the stickers on. The smaller ones are more annoying, especially if you've got like the dots, and like I've got a hyphen in my name, so like those types of things were really hard to get to stick on, but I got there in the end. Didn't take too long. Next thing that I made was our wishing well. I'm gonna see if I can pick this up because it's very difficult to pick up, but so it's probably a lot of glare on it. But so this is just the IKEA greenhouse. So many people use these for their wishing wells, but it's cheap and it works. So from Etsy I got, if you can see it, it's like a card slot insert, so you just pop that clear plastic panel out and then switch it over for the one with the card insert, just so then we're gonna put like a padlock on the handles here on the day. I then got another Etsy decal that just says Mr. and Mrs. Madden, and then it has the date of our wedding, if you can kind of see that, if I can like lean it. And then in the back I've put a whole collage of our engagement photos. Our awesome photographer that we have booked for our wedding, in their wedding package she does a engagement photo shoot, which has been great because it got us used to being in front of the camera, because neither of us have had like proper professional photos done before, and they look incredible. I wasn't originally going to do the photos in the back, but my greenhouse had a scratch on the back panel, so I wanted to cover it but also keep it looking really nice. So that turned out really well. It's kind of hard to see because of the glare, but you kind of get an idea. I do have a photo of that on my Pinterest, which I can leave my Pinterest linked in the description box with all of the things that I bought here today. The last thing that I have made, this was actually the first thing that I made, but this took me the longest time. It was very frustrating, but I got there in the end. So it is our welcome sign. This is going to be hard to hold. So you can kind of see it. Again, there's glare, so it's hard to see. But pretty much what I did was I got a frame from one of my local op shops. The frame cost me $10. I'll insert a photo here of what the frame originally looked like. It was gold, but it was like a more yellowy dark gold. So all I did was I spray painted it with some gold spray paint that I bought for I think $4.50 from Cheapest Chips. And then I took the back off, cleaned it, and then I used a paint pen to write welcome to our wedding, wrote our names, the date, and then I just used some really strong super glue to glue the glass into the frame, so then there's no back on it and it's clear. So you can kind of see that. But yeah, it looks a lot better now that I've spray painted it. The original gold was just not very nice, but I'll put in a photo so you can see what I'm talking about. Another thing that I've found is that Kmart has a lot more than you would expect it to when it comes to weddings. So obviously I got the coat hangers and I got the guest book from Kmart. I also was able to find these place cards, and you just like fold them and they have like leaves on them, which goes with our theme. We're kind of sticking to more of like a rustic theme. I'm not being really strict about my theme, because if there's something I want to make that doesn't quite go with the rustic thing, I'm not going to be strict about it, because if I like it and I want it to be something that I include in my wedding, then I'm going to do that. But yeah, so these weren't very expensive. They come in packs of 30. I only needed 2 packs, but I got an extra pack just in case I mess up, because I'm going to try and handwrite them. They're only a few dollars though, they weren't that very expensive. But I'm going to be doing a video of writing all of my place cards out. I've also just got to work out my table numbers and my table centerpieces, how I'm doing that. I'm going to do a whole video dedicated to my table layouts and how I work that out, and just the whole process with that. I've got a few videos on the way. Obviously, I've still got a fair few months to go, so I'm still slowly planning. I'm also going to do a video of my invitations and how I'm doing those, because I am doing all of that myself. I have designed them already, but I'm going to take you through the process of that as well. So watch out for more videos on invitations, DIYs, tips and tricks, just pretty much following my process with wedding planning. I thought like it would be really helpful because there is nothing better than getting the opinion of someone else when it comes to this stuff, especially because I've never planned a wedding before, so I was very confused on some things, but I've done pretty much everything myself, so I've been really proud of myself for that. But yeah, I just wanted to start doing a wedding series, not only just to help others, but also so I can document it myself. Then I can look back and really see what I've done for the wedding. So then I'm hoping that we're going to also have a videographer on the day of the wedding, and then I can upload the video of that for you all to see how the wedding turned out. But yes, thank you so much for watching my tips and tricks video. Hopefully you will tune in for the rest of my journey with wedding planning. There'll be plenty of videos to come, so I really hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.